All right, we're live on StreamYard and we're live on YouTube. So there we go. All right, welcome to Rick's Life as I See It on this great, beautiful Wednesday evening. Been up in the 80s and sunny today. Been like it all week. And we're meant to have a few more days of it. You know, I hear up there in the Northeast, it's kind of chilly today.
Yes,
Around the
it
60s,
is.
I
Yes, it
believe.
is.
Yeah, so it's still like summer here. Still wearing shorts and t-shirts.
Lucky.
Yeah, yeah. But I want to apologize for the people in the chat for being late. I got talking to Rob there and lost track of time. So I'm here. Let's see who else shows up. Then we'll get going. But no, I was talking to Rob here about my getting. I've done a bit more on the room. I've changed it around since last week, but I'm still not happy with it. So, like I hung the pictures up behind me. Then I was saying, I didn't leave a space in the middle where I could hang my gun up on the wall. I had it hanging up here the other day. Like I got the bracket up here on the wall here because I moved it to back there, and I didn't leave enough. There's not enough room in between the two frames, so it's thrown me off. I hate moving, and I only moved across the hallway from one room to another, but it's really thrown me for a loop. Anyway, so there we go. Let's see. So anyway, let me introduce my panelist for tonight so far. Is New York Outcast. How you doing?
Doing all right. Doing all right. Yep. Apologize for being late or the show starting. So I think I dragged on with him a little bit. So it's my fault. But other than that, doing well. Ate dinner early. I was waiting to see if you were dropping the link or what. So.
Oh yeah. I was messing around. I haven't eaten yet, and I got we're having BLTs tonight after the show.
Sound good?
Yeah, the bacon hasn't even been put on yet, and I can smell it already. You know what I'm saying? I love bacon.
Yep.
Yeah. So anyway, let's see who's in the room. Let's see. First in tonight was John Brown Productions. Then Raphael. Then Tactical Fud. Hey, then John Z's in the room. How you doing? Good to see you. And that's it. And of course, we got the lurkers. Of course, they're always there. But what was I going to talk about? Besides the government being shut down. Hell, I mean, if non-essential personnel are going to be laid off, then why in the hell are we paying them anyway? If they're non-essential, why are they working or hired by the government? Shouldn't everybody be essential? Or typical government, we got too many people doing the same job. Well, what in the hell do I know?
I kind of think it's a good question, I guess. What really qualifies as non-essential is all that stuff we'd agree that we should have. I don't know. That's kind of a good question.
Yeah. Well, I would imagine. I mean, see, non-essential is like you. I mean, yeah, it's like you got 3 or 4. Put it this way: if you're the office, if you're on the maintenance staff of a government building, basically you clean the building after it's closed, and say there's 10 of you. Well, basically they're going to cut you down to the top sort of handful to do the work of the extra ones. 5 people will do the job instead of 10. So those 5 people are not essential. So back to my original question, why do we have them for if they're not essential? I mean, that's your tax dollar at work there. So just throwing that out there, I was a government employee. I totally understand the thing. Because I was in management. I was a white collar worker. I was essential personnel. Like during I remember going way back to 9/11 that morning. Every military base shut down, and everything else. Everybody got sent home, even in the commissary. And all we are is a glorified grocery store, supermarket. All employees got sent home except for management. The store was closed, but we weren't allowed to leave because we were essential personnel. And see, now that's where I said, well, why do I need 10 meat cutters if I'm not cutting anything because we're closed? So they're not essential. They needed me just to keep an eye because the government, the government, they love paperwork. We had, everything, every refrigerator, every section had a folder with a temperature chart, and you had to go around and take the temperatures 4 times a day and record them 365 days a year, right? That's what I was doing when it was closed. I was keeping track of 3 times a day, and I had to stay there 8 hours and do that 3 times in my 8 hours. Walk around and do the temperature checks.
But the average store probably checks it like once a month or something.
Yeah.
Or, when the lights don't come on in the case, then they start looking at it.
Yeah. It's when the customer brings the pack up and said it's warm.
Yeah. I don't know. I just seen a thing with the news here this evening. One of the local news. Actually, it wasn't local. I don't know what the hell it was. I'm sure it was, propaganda news because it was on TV. But they're stating something about, was it parks and recs, some of the state parks. Basically, rangers are going to be cut down to a third. So I don't know if that's true or not. If it is, I think that kind of sucks. I don't know.
I agree with you.
Wildlife. There's a few reasons why I don't know. And then people having issues out at campsites. A lot of places, they got signs up. We're not responsible for anything in your vehicle because there's a lot of theft and. So it's kind of shitty that they don't have, not that we need a ranger around every tree or something like that, but that they don't have the general services with the forestry, if that makes any sense. So,
John, you thinking of moving to Pennsylvania? Is that what that's saying? Yeah. Oh, moving to PA in the next few months. Good for you. Trying to get, Pennsylvania, I guess, is semi-free. It's, I'm glad that you're getting out of New York again. Try not to come back this time, You left it once, but you came back for more punishment, So, yeah, but anyway, that's essential personnel crap. Sorry, got distracted by what John said there.
No, it's fine. Yeah, I just, I hate to see anything as far as outdoor parks, rec areas being shut down or
Yeah.
limited or less services. Not that we need a lot of services, but in case of emergencies or whatever, uh, just kind of suck, or overflowing garbage places. Granted, people are supposed to take out what you bring in, but we all know that's not usually the case with some people. So even the areas where you can go shoot, they get destroyed. People bring garbage out, all this crap, which I'm completely against, and I don't even shoot at those places because I don't want anybody assuming I'm part of any of that shit. But basically, for when they actually do want to put their foot down. But it just sucks. Obviously the outdoor stuff I hate to see reduced due to money. But besides that, I think a lot of this, I personally don't think it's really going to have that much of an effect. And
No.
from my understanding, all these employees will get reimbursed anyway. So
Oh,
it's not,
absolutely. That's where I was going with next.
it's not like they're just not going to ever get paid. So that's different.
They'll get back pay when they.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I do a job and got to request payment, and it'll take 2 months to get paid for, if it's a big company or something, which is a pain in the ass. I hate those jobs, but that's the way things go sometimes. So, it's a shitty deal, but when you sign up to get your check from somebody where if they don't come to an agreement, it might get delayed, you got to expect it could happen.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, also, of course, the politicians make it like everybody's like Social Security, I'm going to get my money. It's not stopping. Stuff like that is that just automatically gets done. Military gets paid. I get paid. Which I think is wrong, is the politicians still get paid. Their pay should be cut. I personally feel they should suffer along with everybody else if they can't come to an agreement.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I think if they're the ones that want to, that would be more encouragement for them to come to some type of agreement.
Yeah, but I didn't realize this, but it's something in the Constitution, an amendment to the Constitution has got to be done to stop them from getting paid when they don't come up with an idea to keep the government open. Because the reason I know that is some politician is submitting a bill to do that, to stop themselves from being paid if the government shuts down like it is now. Because why should they get money when other people don't? And I think it's a good idea. But anyway, Chris from the 740 has joined us. So John wants to know if you want to go along for the ride when he moves to PA there, New York Outcast.
Go along for the ride? I don't know about that.
Yeah.
I could possibly meet up with you depending where you're at in PA. So
he's going
to travel to PA often.
It says he's playing. If I do go, he's planning on ending up in Pennsylvania. It'll be on the border of PA and Ohio. So that's right at the other end. Pennsylvania is a hell of a long state.
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably like 5 hours.
Oh, yeah. So that's, because I remember when I would drive here to Indiana and back, and that's a long drive when you have to drive right across that long state of Pennsylvania. So.
Yeah, I think it's barbecues over that way. He's about, I think, an hour and change from the border there. And that's about a 5-hour trip.
Okay.
Last time I Googled that. So And so I'd bet probably between 5 and 6 hours. So that's a trip. I mean, it's not like it's not doable, but it's definitely a trip. Yeah, not
Oh
a
yeah.
quick drive.
Oh, Chris from the 740 says John will only be a couple of hours away from him. So actually, if you're on the Pennsylvania-Ohio border, what a couple of hours from me, going across the state of Ohio, you know? Yeah. So
Maybe we gotta do a East Coast meetup somewhere over in that area,
yeah, yeah.
or Northeast or something. I
I
don't
don't
know.
know. I have this heading east just doesn't agree with me anymore. You know, I want to stay out here where I'm free. Yeah. You don't have to twist my arm. I love PA. Yeah. Well, there you go. I like it here where I'm at too. It's nice. So, anyway, well, there was something I was going to talk about, and I can't remember what in the hell it was. I didn't write it down. I still ain't found my notepad yet. I got a feeling I threw it out in when I was cleaning up that room to move into this room, you know. So I'm gonna have to get
Yeah,
myself.
yeah. Pick up a pack because one is none, two is one type thing. So
Yeah, yeah.
my recommendation, they're not expensive. You pick up a pack. I literally got two right next to me now. I got one in the next room. The office, obviously, I had a bunch of, but it helps. It just makes things easier. Your problem will be is which notebook was it written in, but at least, you got somewhere to go. You know where they're at, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
you go to a spot, it's almost like putting your keys in the same place or whatever. So, little things I notice some people, they just, every time they want to leave the house, they got to search the whole house for their stuff.
I don't I mean, I feel kind of bad this
Yeah,
because, like, I know
I
exactly where
don't
my
get it.
keys are.
Yeah,
When I
like
when I
certain
walk
shit,
when I
you should
walk in,
just
they get hung
have
up
a
on their
spot for
foot.
that. Yeah,
You know?
yeah. So I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, people do things differently, but same type of thing. Notebook and pen. Have like a spot here, a spot there, where it's typical. And then if something comes up, you're good to
Yeah,
go.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I did. It sat here on my desk when I was in the other room across the hall. It sat right here, but I cleaned the desk off to move it, and God knows what I did with it. You know, I'm not. I'm glad the camera doesn't show over there. It's a big pile of mess. You know. I don't know. This room is bigger than the room I moved from across the hall, but I seem to have less space. I think it's the shape of the room. The shape's different. The other one was long, and it was, both side walls were the same length and the end walls were the same length, or width. This room, there's not one wall that's the same. It's all different. It's a weird shaped room. I think that's what the problem is. But that's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. You know. So, and yeah, I lost my train of thought where I was going with that. But anyway, never mind. So you been out shooting lately, New York Outcast?
I think within a week. I'm not sure how long ago it was, but a couple times recently within the last couple weeks.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on a minute.
Uh,
Hold on a minute. I gotta hang on.
well, I assume he got interrupted by company there or something. So
Oh yeah. Yes, my friend came home and my door was open, so I had to shut it for I can keep the noise down. I left the door open for the dog can get coming in and out. For the dog wouldn't be lonely.
Yeah,
Because I'm such a nice guy. So, all right, I'm back. So there we go. What else? So that answers your question, John. Yeah. So I mean, I as I said, I cleaned my gun, my carry gun again the other day. And when I say cleaned it, I field stripped it and wiped it off. But damn, I can't believe how dirty it gets.
Oh,
I'm not even using it,
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. I come across the same thing with that. So, but I assume I'm probably do more to get it in worse conditions. But yeah, it's pretty bad sometimes when you look at it. Like, looks like dust bunny stuff like that, and it's like I just went over this like a week ago. Yeah. But it's just what it is. If you're cutting lumber or anything where it's dusty and dirty, it does collect over time. That's for sure. It doesn't take all that much.
I know you pocket carry. From what
pocket or waist, depending, on the situation,
Yeah, well, as everybody knows, I carry outside the waistband and just my shirt's, just over my t-shirt is over it, but me just doing my daily stuff, dirt just seems to accumulate. How? I don't know. So, but even stuff like if I'm over my buddy's house and I got to go out back to relieve myself, so you're walking through the bushes and the trees, and it's amazing how that shit somehow gets into your gun. Well, it seems to, dirt and dust and all kinds.
Yeah,
tiny little sort of like partial bits of leaf in the barrel. I'm thinking, how in the hell? I didn't even drop it, So anyway.
Yeah, you got to stay on top of it. I've never come across something where I didn't think it would work or function. But as far as like if somebody was doing an inspection on it, it'd kind of be shameful, and that might be over a week to 2 weeks in some senses, depending on what I'm working on. Granted, if I'm not doing anything really dirty, it's maybe a tiniest bit of fuzz or something here or there, but but that's usually rare. So.
Oh yeah.
Or it'll get soaked because I'm outside in the rain or something like that. And
see, now that's
I'm getting soaked.
See, what sticks in my head when I look at, you're right, mine's it's going to work. If I pull the trigger, it's going to go. It's not, it's not that bad where it will stop working. But all it goes through my head when I have my firearm, I think of you and the rust. I don't want my firearm to rust.
Yeah. And it can happen quick.
Yeah,
real quick.
Yeah. I remember you saying that a few years ago that your gun had rusted.
Yep.
So, and it's stuck in my head, that has, So.
And it rains a couple days in a row and you're outside and don't get right on cleaning it. You give it a week and it don't look too pretty.
Yeah. So Chris said, if you guys want to do one of those meetups, we can all go to the Great American Outdoor Show in February. Man, that sounds good. You know.
It's
Oh
possible.
no, yeah,
I
that's
don't
what
know
I
where
was
that's
saying.
located.
What was that?
So where's that located?
Oh, oh
Isn't
shit.
that in PA? The Great Outdoors Show?
Where's it being held at, Chris? It's fun. It only takes me about 7 hours to get there in Harrisburg. So
Yeah, I'm like 4 hours from there, I think. So
oh yeah.
been there
Yeah.
for the rallies and stuff like that. So that's
Yeah.
something I could definitely make.
Yeah.
The distance,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, John, I was talking about that. I mean, with the government shutdown, our disability checks don't stop. They keep on coming. So there we go. So I'm sorry. I'm reading the chat. I can't talk and read at the same time today. I'm getting old. So yeah. I mean, also I've got the when I moved the gun case or cabinet, I should say, I moved it. I used my size and my weight to help me shift it over here. But some of the ammo was falling off the top shelf and it's down in the bottom here. So I gotta open it up and get it. I mean, it's not that hard. I mean, the key's right here, you know. But I gotta get all the ammo out of the bottom and stuff. But where I was going with this is like my two rifles up here. I gotta clean them because I moved them so many times. They got my fingerprints all over them, and you know the oil from your fingers on the guns is not good for them either.
yeah.
You know, so I gotta wipe those down. Hey, Jacob, good to see you. I got a package to mail out to you, and with my change from moving across the hall, I've been bad. I didn't. It got thrown in a box. I came across it the other day when I was going through that particular box, and I went, "Oh, damn! I was meant to send that." So I believe you were the one that won it. And where am I? Oh, it's in my truck, I believe. So as soon as I go to the post office, I'll get it out to you. So there you go. Please reframe your package sentence. Just don't sound right. What did I say? What did I say?
You got a package for them?
Well, that's what it is, ain't it? It's a package.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Maybe he's envisioning hearing you say that over his shoulder in a dark alley. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. Well, maybe that's how John gets his drugs, you know, by packages. You know, I don't know. So, or was that my British coming out? You know, I don't know. Rob heard it right. So I guess that's what it was. It was the package. Yeah. So, and what you call it then? If it's not a package,
Prize?
if
I
it's
don't know.
bigger in
I
the
guess.
letter, what?
Yeah, you gotta mail your prize out to you, or something like that. I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the first thing that comes to mind.
Yeah. I got to mail you your swag pack. Say package. So
Yep. Or envelope, whatever.
yeah. 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 Oh well. So there we go. That's what it was. Package. I got a package for you. You know, it's full of white stuff. Oh,
He's gonna
yeah.
send it back if it shows up and it's vibrating. He's
Yeah.
gonna say, "Nope, return the sender. I don't even want that at my place."
Yeah. Uh, so,
It's
so
funny. I was hiking in the woods the other day, and out of nowhere, there's a plastic silhouette. Like, you know how they vacuum seal plastic around something and they punch holes so you can hang it on a shelf or something like that, or a rack.
yeah.
Well, it was a plastic container of you know, a damn dildo or something, just laying there. So I'm like, oh God, like, you know what I mean? Keep an eye out. Like, you know, like, I don't want to stumble across that damn thing, trip on it on the trail. But that seemed like a weird place to stumble across something like that. I don't know.
Well,
A lot of weird shit in the woods, I guess.
maybe there was a couple of gay guys out there, you know.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm just, glad I go out there armed.
Hey, maybe they were going to use it as a weapon to throw it at you, like in the basketball games.
It would have worked.
Yeah.
You come wielding one of those, I'll go the other way. I'm not, I'll take a different trail.
John says, "What in the world do they do at the outdoor range by you, Rob?" I don't know
That
what
wasn't the range.
what.
I said that wasn't the range. That was just a trail at a park
Oh,
area. So,
going for one of your walks.
yep,
Yeah.
yep. Been doing that a lot lately. So,
Well, it's good for you. Keeps you healthy.
yeah, exactly, exactly.
Yeah. Oh, Dan, talking about that, I got to go to the doctor's on next week, I think. Let's have a look. When is it? Wrong button. Next Monday. It's only my doctor. My what's the word for him? Podiatrist, foot doctor, as I call him. Check my feet to make sure.
Podiatrist. I think
Yeah,
that's what it is.
with the diabetes, they check because I got, as I've told you, I mean, I don't have a lot of feeling in my right foot anymore, so they keep an eye on it because I mean I could cut it, and especially on the last two toes, I could cut one of those and wouldn't even know it. That's I mean that's why I don't go very rare. If I got to get up in the middle of the night and go to the bathroom, then I'll go barefoot. But otherwise, as long as I'm awake, I wear something on my feet just for that reason only. So yeah, I mean they're gonna go ape shit when they see my ankles and my. I know that he's only a foot and ankle doctor, but my ankles and my shins are tore up because moving stuff from across the hall, I'm banging my legs and stuff with the stuff, and I don't know. I guess it's old age, but my skin on my lower half of my legs is very thin, and I just got to knock them, and they start bleeding. I don't want to freak people out, but that's part of old age, I guess. Or it's got to do with the diabetes, or it's something totally. I mean, my normal doctor doesn't seem too worried about it, But my foot and ankle doctor here, well, not so much him. It's the nurse that comes in first, check me over, and she'll look at she'll look at my feet and my ankles, and she'll, see that they're cut up. And how did you get those? I used to blame it on the cats before. Well, the cats did tear up my ankles. They would scratch the shit out of me, when we used to get into fights. But now, like down my front of my left shin. There must be a 6-inch scratch on there, and it's I knocked it and it started bleeding. Then this one going on then a couple of days ago. This happened a couple of days ago. Then yesterday, it started itching like a son of a bitch. So I'm sitting here. Or was I watching TV? I can't remember if I was sitting here or watching TV, but it was itching, and I got a pair of shoes on, and I start scratching my shin with my shoe. Next thing I know, the skin's been scraped off my shin and blood everywhere. See, that's the stuff I got to be careful of, because I don't want to lose any of my mobility. You know, I know I got a scooter, but I can still walk, if you know what I mean. And I don't want to lose that. So, yeah, you're right there, John. You're right. It's the diabetes and the nephropathy. Is that what they call it? How to pronounce it? Prevents us from actually feeling that we even got cut. Yeah, I said that's why I go see him. I go see the doctor every 9-10 weeks. I mean, that's what Medicare says I got to do, so I go. Then they do they check my feet. Then while I'm there, they go ahead and give me a manicure on my toes. Hell, I'll take it. You know, so they're going to charge Medicare for it, whether they do it or not. It's all part of the, you know. I think it's last time I looked at the bill, they charged $298 for that visit. You know, and if there's nothing major, a lot of times the doctor don't even come in. The nurse assistant, or what they call her, she takes care of everything. If there's anything that looks out of whack, then she'll go get the doctor and he'll come in and look. But otherwise, she does it, and they still charge me $298, and charge Medicare $298, and the doctor didn't even see me. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, hey, that's how it goes. So, yeah. Oh, I'm thinking of getting a new scooter. Why? But the only problem is it's harder to get one now than it was when I got mine. You know, they do more. You got to have, I don't know, saying I can't, you know, you got to prove that you need it more than you did before. And I can understand with the amount of fraud, waste, and abuse that goes on with Medicare. I can understand them doing that, you know. But see, where it is now, they want to come in, and because technically, that scooter that I have is meant to be used around inside the house. That's what they don't give it to me to go to Walmart with it, or to go down to the mailbox, or go for a ride up and down the road, you know, to get some sunshine. It's meant to be used around the house. So if I basically what they're saying is if I can move around the house without it, they won't give me one. You know? And be honest with you, I don't really want to lie. But also how can I put this? Maybe I should just let them come and show that I don't want to pretend I'm more disabled than I am, but I definitely need one. But I don't like being disabled, if that makes sense. If you're not it's hard to. People think I got it easy, but you know, I got to watch where I walk. I got to be careful. You know, I'm good at where my trouble is going downstairs. If I got a rail or something, that's good. But like if I'm gonna take a step, stepping up is not a problem. I can handle stepping up. But if I got to step down and I got nothing to, hold on to when I do it, I can do it, but I got a fear of falling, you know. And but does that mean I need a scooter? I don't know, but I might look into it. Now there's nothing wrong with the scooter I got. It works great, still going strong. But I've had it. What? I had it couple 2 or 3 years before I moved here, I believe. And I've been here 7 years. Yeah, the end of the month. Actually, and what's today's date? The first 8 more days, and it'll be 7 years since I moved here. I moved here on October 9th. So it'd be 7 years. And I had it at least a couple of years before that. So I've had it 9 years, that scooter, at least. So, still going strong, still with the same batteries in it. Still looks pretty good. So, yeah. You can use it if Walmart was literally down the block. Yeah, I mean, I got one of those things on the back of my truck. Oh, I took it off. I can slide it on. One of those carrying racks that it folds down, then the end folds off to the side, and you technically can drive it up there, but they say don't, because you could go right off the other end if you So I normally just walk it. I stand next to it and walk it up the ramp onto the thing, and then I'll drive to Walmart with it on the back. And then normally I'll park down the other end of the parking lot to unload it from it. I'm not bothering anybody, and do my thing in Walmart. Then come on, but I don't. Actually, be honest with you, I can't remember the last time I went to Walmart, because my friend does the shopping now. So see, that's another thing going against me of getting another one. So I don't know. I got a feeling I might be denied this time. But you're very quiet, Rob. I'm just rambling on.
Yeah, I've just been listening. I mean, the one you got still works. I would think it might be a hard sell, but the government does a lot of stupid shit, and
yeah, well,
there's grant money out there, so I mean, you might
under
do
Medicare
or something. Yeah,
under my Medicare Advantage plan with United Healthcare. I don't know if it's United Healthcare that does it or it's Medicare that does it, but I can get one paid for, they pay up to 80% of it. I have to pay 20%.
Yeah.
It's durable medical equipment or something they call it. I can get a new scooter technically every 5 years.
Yeah.
I've had this one,
I wouldn't lie about anything, because you never know, and it's really not worth it. So, give it a shot if you want. I mean, honestly, 10 years, you're not, a spring chicken for Sate. So, that's 10 years of doing his job successfully, and parts might be a little stressed or this or that on it. So, considering you could have gotten 2 more in that time, possibly, or another, yeah, maybe it would qualify, and it's just better safety per hazard. Yeah, before something does give way, it'd be better to just swap it out. So I don't know. Yeah, really, it depends on what they're doing. So I do know some people like live in those carts. So I got a customer in a small town, and there's family, and they've all kind of suffer from the same thing. And some of them drive them all around town, like down to the grocery store, or down to the corner store, or like down to
Yeah,
the post office. They like a car. In the summer when it's nice out,
yeah,
they'll just
yeah.
ride the car all around town. Another one lives in another small town, and she'll go from her home like 2 miles down to the downtown area, hit the general dollar store, all that stuff, the store on the way home, out to lunch, and then ride her cart back home
Yeah, well, I
when it's
mean,
nice out. So some of those you can definitely put 4, 5, 6 miles on with no problem.
mine will go. That one of mine will go up to, even with my big fat ass on it, will go up to 15 miles
Yeah,
before it
there's
needs
they
recharging.
run away. So
You know,
uh yeah, so it's just so it would be nice if yours was kind of indoor outdoor. Maybe you're not in the ideal location, but in the future you could be. So
yeah, yeah.
if
See,
you could
that's
get
another thing.
one,
This
that'd be
place is
ideal.
actually, even though it's 2 bedrooms, because it's got 2 bedrooms in it, this actual square footage is bigger than my other apartment, because my other apartment was only 1 bedroom, but it was easier to move around in it with that scooter than this one. This has got hallways and short, sharp corners to get into rooms and shit. It'd be hard to maneuver that thing in here if I brought it in here. Yeah. Oh, they even pay for the ramps to get into my other house with it too. You know, because I had stairs inside that went, because it was in a basement, because you had to go up the stairs through the door, then down 2 steps to actually get to get inside the basement, and they actually pay for the ramps to go up, over, and down. And I still got them outside in my shed. You know, so I could use them here to get in. But see, like my back door here, that's a 12-inch. Is there a law on how tall that step's meant to be? Because it's got to be a good 12 inches step up. You know,
Yeah,
it,
there's typically codes that entryway steps or anything like that, but depending when your property was built, well, first every state has different
yeah,
guidelines. They're usually similar, but if it was built pre such and such date, it may be what's considered grandfathered in and fine until you modify or upgrade. So
yeah, yeah.
a
That's
lot
more
of
like
things
how
like
this one is.
handrails that are a lot shorter than by code, but as long as
Yeah,
nobody messes with them, they're
yeah.
technically
Well,
legal. Same with old wiring.
yeah,
So
the step out of the front door is a lot. It's a lot lower. It's just a sort of like a couple of inches. But the back door, it's a good. That's a good 12-inch. The step up into the kitchen. It's a good 12 inches easy.
hmm,
You know.
yeah, that's probably a little higher than what would be preferred. I know.
Yeah. Well, and if I'm, especially when winter finally gets here and it gets colder and the old arthritis kicks in, and you know and it hurts to move around, sometimes I'll have to hold on to the door frame to pull myself in because it's too high.
Yeah,
You know.
looks like there's basically, well, if you were in New York, you'd have legal space to put a step in there. Six
Yeah.
would be your minimum, but you could do something like that just to help you get in a little bit or something. Maybe something to consider. Put
Yeah.
something out there.
Yeah.
If you can find something sturdy or make something. Because it's better, you make your life easier. Because I would say you need to move out of that shyster's freaking property, but because I'm convinced, I don't even know your landlord, but from what you say and everything that's happened, I think this guy makes a killing off scamming his tenants. That's what it sounded like to me. So, yeah, I think he's probably pulling every scam he can, and that's why half the town loves him, half the town hates him. But I don't know. I don't know, but yeah. Like I
Yeah.
said, if you're not going to move, you should make things as comfortable as possible. Or when you bust your ass, you make sure you sue this son of a bitch to get some of your rent money back.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, talking about that, it's October, isn't it? Oh, the month. I gotta write my check for the rent tomorrow. Yeah, this is when the new the new $100 increase on my monthly rent goes into effect, motherfucker. You know, there we go. That's the way life is sometimes. Yeah. Anyway, it's almost quitting time. I got to do the quiz. Let's see the quiz. It was a real easy question for this month. It was real easy, and the question was, and I got this from Google, and that's the answer I was going with. And it was real simple. I wanted to know why the Army adopted the 1911. That was the question. And I wanted it, the answer, what I was looking for was what Google said. The Army adopted the M1911 pistol because it offered superior power and reliability for its 45 ACP round, which was proven necessary in the Philippine-American War, where the previous 38 caliber revolvers lacked stopping power against enemies who could resist high velocity wounds. You know, so there you go. That was the reason they adopted it. So there you go. But they say stopping power is not a thing. But it must have been back in 1911 when they adopted it. You know, but there you go. That's the answer I was looking for, and I did get what was it, 3 or 4 answers this time. So there we go. Let me do my picker here and see who we got. All right. Here we go. Clicking it. Here we go. 2 Live Moo is the winner. So there we go. Let me write this down somewhere if I don't forget it. Let me write it on here.
Congratulations, Moo.
2 Live Moo.
Maybe
there
your next question.
Actually, 2 Live Moo hadn't won it for a while. You know, it's been at least 2 or 3 months since he's won it. So there we go.
Maybe your next question should be why they switched from 45 to 9mm.
Yeah, if it's all about stopping power, you know.
And just keep following this chain down the line and see. And then they switched out and then they switched back to 9mm. So
yeah. So anyway, so that was that. So next month's quiz, which you got all month to get the answers into me, and this will be drawn on the first Wednesday of next month, which will be the 5th of November. Guy Fawkes night. They celebrate Guy Fawkes night. I don't know if you guys know, in Britain, when he tried to blow up Parliament on the 5th of November in 14 something, I believe it was, or 15. It was way back, and they celebrate it, and with fireworks and shit in England. So they call it Guy Fawkes night. So anyway, don't know if you guys are interested in that, but there you go. Okay.
God damn it.
All right. What I want to know, and let me see if I can find it. Where is it? Yes. what I want to know, it's not a hard question. You can find it just by, it's amazing what Google can do. Google or any other search engine you use, is what I want to know was I believe it still is, like where I'm going with this is the Colt single action revolver that was Pat Garrett's, that was used to shoot Billy the Kid. There's a Providence on it. Is that the correct word on it? I know all that, and it sold for $6.03 million for that firearm. What I want to know, basically, is according to the information I got, I want to know what year it was made and what caliber and, the length of barrel, that kind of stuff. That's what I'm after for the $6 million Colt single action. It's got he's even got a serial number. I didn't think they put serial numbers on them back then, but I guess they did. It's got a serial number, the year, the caliber, and the length of the barrel is what I want to know. Email me at rickslifeasIseeit@gmail.com or spottedrick@gmail.com. Get it into me by the 5th of November, and you'll be in for the drawing for the swag pack. So there you go. That's my question. So your meds are starting to kick in, so you're going to bounce. Yeah, it's just about over too, John. It's good to see you. Hopefully we'll see you again next week if you're filling up to it. All right. Talk to you soon. All right. Have you got anything you want to close out with there, New York Outcast?
No, thanks for joining us, folks. Obviously, with all the craziness going on, keep your head on a swivel, as they say, and eat a salad, and we'll catch you next time.
Actually, I had a salad just the other day. I used the last of my Italian dressing. I got to go buy some more now for the next salad I have. So, yeah, salads are good for you. But I do I said I put Italian dressing on it, and I'll either cut up some chunks of chicken or ham or something and throw on top of it. So, it's more than just the vegetables. I'll make a total big meal out of it. So, there we go. So with that, I'm going to call it quits. I want to say thank you to everybody for putting up with listening to me waffle on about my aches and pains and everything else. And as I said, I will see you all next week at 7 p.m. Eastern, the only time zone that matters. So with that, I'm going to say good night. Good night, everybody. Good night, Sabrina.